today's review, we're going to be taking a look at the McFarlaneToys DC Multiverse Infinite Frontier Robin, aka Damian Wayne, son of Batman. And here we have the figure standing straight out of the box without any crazy poses or accessories. My first impressions are, I quite like the look of this new Damian Wayne Robin figure. The last one we have gotten was a bit more colorful. It followed the very traditional red, green, and yellow color scheme. This one is a bit more modern and kind of Batman-ish looking with all the black and gray, although there is some yellow, red, and green if you look closely. He has green shoelaces. The cape is black and yellow, and he has some red all over the place. And the last Damian Wayne also had a really cartoony head. This one also has a bit of a too large head, but it's less cartoony, and he has a better expression on his face, in my opinion. Without any further ado, let's get into the accessories. And here you can see all the accessories that this figure comes with. As you can see, he doesn't come with many accessories, but let's take a look at them anyway. Starting off with the most obvious one, here we have the, if I can grab it, the traditional trading card. They are using photo photography now, not a picture from the comic. And here you can still see the bio if you want to read it. And of course, we also have the very traditional DC Multiverse display stand. There's nothing really special about this, but as you can see, he does make use of the pec holes quite well. He does have pec holes on both of his feet because he does have a lot of trouble standing actually, so this is good. And last of all, he also comes with his traditional sword. There seems to be some paint chipping happening, as you can see, or maybe it's supposed to be battle damage, I'm not sure. But this is nice. It's sculpted in a very nice silver plastic. Or like the kind of looks like a katana blade with the black grip and the texture of it. Very nice looking sword. The only, and surprisingly, it's not bent actually. You with DC Multiverse and Hasbro Star Wars Black Series or Marvel Legends figures, you most likely will get a bend with these kind of, you know, longer, thinner pieces, but this one is nice and straight actually, so I don't have to manually straighten it out with heat. This is pretty nice. So the only problem is that he only has one hand to grip the sword. It would have been nice to get an alternative hand, or hands in fact. Maybe get, you know, 2 fists and 2 gripping hands, but this guy is lacking in the accessories part, as you can see, but you can easily just kind of wedge this sword into his hand. And he holds it pretty snug. There seems to be like a trigger finger. Maybe you can put the sword in like this if you want it. See? But it's pretty snug fit. It's not going to fall out. But you can put the figure in some nice sword holding poses as well. Without further ado, let's get into the details of the figure. Let's get into the details of the figure, starting from top to bottom. As I've said before, I think his head is a bit too cartoony large, but it's not too cartoony looking actually. It's pretty nice. The hair is very nicely sculpted, has a really nice wash on it as well as the cape. Really nice soft rubber, really shiny looking as well. Really like the wrinkles and everything of the cape. He also has a hood, which would be nice if this was a soft goods part, so you could put the hood onto the figure. That would have been really, really nice. As you can see, here's the Robin logo on his chest. Really nice silver detail on the belt buckle. White pouches all over. Here's the back of the figure. And the cape is actually plugged into the back. If you want to take these capes off, you have to kind of apply some hot water right there to soften up the plastic, and you can pull it out, and then from here you want to probably use a scalper or something to go around here, and you can put on a soft goods custom cape if you would like. Really like the textures on the hands. Kind of feel like some kind of tactical gear. And these pieces all are all soft rubber, so they won't hinder the articulation. Really like the green shoelaces. And is this supposed to be a W for Wayne? I'm not sure, or maybe it's just like a lightning bolt or something. One thing that I noticed that right here, it's actually seems to be some plastic chipping happening, as you can see. This thing just kind of right where the knee joint is applied. It's, yeah, there seems to be some chipping happening here. I don't know why. Maybe it's just my figure, or maybe other people having these issues as well. It's kind of weird that isn't the kind of eye mask supposed to be connected in the middle, or was it always separate? I'm not sure, you know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's supposed to be connected here. You can always just, you know, put some black paint here so that it's connected, but that's kind of weird. Really like the expression as well, given that he is, of course, Damian Wayne, son of Batman, Bruce Wayne, and Talia al Ghul, making him a really genetically skilled Robin to begin with. Now let's get into the articulation part. Articulation wise, starting from top to bottom, his head is on a ball joint. He can do the exorcist. He can look up this much, not too bad. Can look down this much, very nice. Move side to side quite well, pretty good. His arms are on a hinge. They go out to about a 90 degrees, so we can do a full, almost a T-pose. These shoulder pads are kind of soft, but they still do hinder the articulation a bit, so he cannot do a full-on horizontal, a full-on 360 rotate on his arms. There is a bicep swivel right there. Double hinged elbows, so he can punch himself in the face if he wants to, or he can just ponder about his thoughts, or he can pick his nose. That's also very good. Or he can do this kind of look. I'm gonna do this pose just for fun. What should I have for breakfast? Bruce Wayne, Damian Wayne is wondering. Enough fun. Let's move on. A hinge on the hands, and it's the McFarlaneToys ball jointed hinge, so you can rotate that however you like. Oops, how? You cannot see the hinge because of the glove, so it's hard to see. I'm not even going to force it, I might break it. Look, that looks, oh, I'm afraid I might break it, but you can do all sorts of hinges if you like. There is a swivel, there's supposed to be one. There's actually, the articulation on the torso is quite well hidden. Kind of like with the McFarlaneToys Witcher Geralt of Rivia. As you can see, you can move back this much, move forward, well, not so much actually, but this is quite soft rubber, really, really soft. And I think there was a swivel down here. Yeah, there's a swivel, I think. At least I think so. I'm not 100% sure about that. Maybe there isn't. I'm just forcing it. No, there definitely is a swivel because this thing moved. Anyway, one thing I noticed is that the leg on mine seems to be quite loose here. And if you stretch this too far, it actually pops out of the ball joint. So we can sort of do a Jean-Claude Van Damme, but if you force it too much, it's going to pop out. He can kick his feet forward, well, as you can see, but you can easily just put it back. But I might have to apply some glue or something there to kind of apply some more layering to make it harder. Move back. This is a joke, come on. Move back this much and then it pops out, so not too much articulation. Double jointed knees. Ouch, I scratched myself. can get you this much. He can basically kick his own butt if he wants to. The upper knee joint is really hard. There's even more paint chipping happening. Look, just constant plastic chippings falling off this figure. And there's a swivel here because of the McFarlaneToys ball joint. He can move his feet back this much, move forward this much, and there's toe articulation, which is really hard. But there is one. What the hell? As you can see, there's supposed to be one, but it's, oh my god, some of the parts are really hard and some are really loose, so be very careful not to break anything or something. Okay, I think we went over everything. So overall, it's sort of decent articulation. Now let's get into the sizes and comparisons. The Infinite Frontier Robin seems to be standing at approximately 15.5 centimeters to the top of his head, which translates to 6.1 inches in height. Here we him standing next to some different sized figures. On the left we have the 16-inch scale Star Wars: The Black Series Beskar Armored Mandalorian, and there seems to be about the same height. And then on the right it's the DC Direct Batman Rebirth version 2. Here he's standing next to a custom DC Multiverse Arkham Asylum Batman, and to the recently reviewed DC Multiverse Batman 3 Joker's Batgirl. And here he is standing next to a can of Coca-Cola, and he's just barely taller than the can of Coca-Cola. And my final thoughts on this figure. I'm really liking the sculpt, the color scheme of this figure. I really like the new kind of modern looking Robin, especially Damian Wayne, but it does lack in some aspects. The articulation is a bit limited in terms of the torso, for example, but the leg and hand and arm articulations are pretty good. Accessory-wise, he should have come with some alternative hands maybe, and the previous Damian Wayne that you have gotten also came with throwing stars. Maybe that could have been some accessory as well. But, you know, just getting the, you know, I'm not going to count the display stand and the trading card, because that comes with every DC Multiverse figure. So looking at it like that, we'll only get a sword, which is kind of weird. And this is not even a Build-A-Figure wave, so you don't get anything else. But as you can see, he can do some pretty nice sword holding poses. This one is just thought of like kind of, you know, he's supporting the weight of the sword with his left fist or something. But you can, the only thing is you can't put it, he's always going to be holding the sword with his right hand. That's the only thing. He cannot do two-handed holding or even just holding it in his left hand, because you get one right gripping hand, so that's kind of a bummer. Overall, I still like this figure. He fits in really well with any Batman figure, or if you want to put him in the Bat family, he fits quite well. So that was my review of the McFarlaneToys DC Multiverse Infinite Frontier Robin Damian Wayne figure. If you liked the video, consider leaving a like, or if you didn't like the video, consider leaving a dislike. It's an option for you as well. If you like what I'm doing, consider subscribing to my channel. If you think I missed anything or just have an opinion on the video, leave a comment down below. It was me, the Collector, and I'll see you later.